That's right. It's time for Catching Up with Carley, presented by Meijer. And today I'm pleased to be joined by Red Wings goaltender Thomas Greiss. How's it going, Thomas?
Doing well. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being on. We really appreciate it. All right, first things first, welcome to Hockey Time. We're so happy to have you. Are you excited to get things started, hopefully by the new year?
Oh, for sure. The sooner the better. I'm here early skating with the guys, and met a bunch of guys. Had an opportunity to skate with the goalie coach here now for a couple of days, and excited to get going.
Love it. Okay, so you were acquired by the Red Wings in free agency this year, about a month ago now. What was the process like? Did you have many conversations with Steve Yzerman leading up to the decision?
Not too many. I had a longer phone call with him afterwards. Just talk about a bunch of things. But yeah, it was a very positive call, and we're looking forward to working with him more. And he has achieved great things in the past in his playing career and in his GM career. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the season.
There was definitely a spot to fill with the loss of Jimmy Howard, but what made you ultimately decide Detroit was a good fit for you?
I think big part was Eiserman. Just his personality, what he has achieved in the past, and it's a good group of guys. Know a bunch of my old teammates are playing here now with Franz Nielsen and Flip Buller, so I'm excited to rejoin with them. And it's a great hockey town, great area to live, and I'm looking forward to it.
Awesome. Okay, so you spent the last 5 seasons with the New York Islanders. Do you think it will be interesting transitioning to a new team? I know you said you've been skating with a few guys on the team.
Yeah, for sure. It's always difficult and also nice to have change. 5 years playing in New York, you definitely get settled in there and you're very familiar with things. So it's a lot of new things, and things are handled differently if you're used to it again. But change is also good, and I'm looking for a new challenge.
All right, speaking of those 5 seasons in New York, before we move on, you made it to the playoffs 3 times. How does playoff hockey differ from regular season games?
I think it's just more intense, and just high intensity. Everybody gives their all. Sometimes during the regular season, it comes a long year, or one team is more banged up, and it's also different just playing more games against the same team in a row. Get to know each other better, and it's just a different style of hockey.
Well, we're hoping you can bring some of that playoff luck here to Detroit. Speaking of playoffs, this year looked a little different playing in the bubble for a few games. How hard was it to adapt to that?
Yeah, it was a little different, especially without fans. All the guys love playing in front of the fans, and they were dearly missed. But was overall not a bad experience. It was definitely weird being away from your family and everything for 2 months. But I think everybody was also happy to be able to play hockey again, play competitive hockey, and play for a cup.
Absolutely. Okay, so let's start from the beginning. Who got you into playing hockey as a kid, or was it just kind of like a given growing up where you did in Germany?
My daddy was a big hockey fan, but growing up, I played a bunch of sports. I played soccer, growing up in Germany, but also a lot of mountain biking and skiing. So I played a lot of different sports, but in the end, I just stuck with hockey.
Oh, well, we're happy you did. In 2004, you got drafted by the San Jose Sharks and then played in your first NHL regular season game in January of 2008. What was that moment like playing in your first NHL game?
Yeah, it was definitely special. It's something growing up, you always dream of, or it seems so far away, especially for a kid from Germany. You don't even like think too much about it, but then you get drafted and then you actually get to play a game. It's just hard to describe, but it's also a very proud day, and yeah, it's a great day.
Having had the career you have and being in the league for X amount of years, do you think being on a young team like the Detroit Red Wings, you could help kind of guide these young guys in the locker room?
I sure hope so. I've been a bunch of different positions with great teams, with not so good teams, so I have a lot of experience just both ways, and just playing a lot of hockey and play with some great teammates that are even more experienced than me and have achieved great things. So hopefully I can help in a lot of ways the team this year.
Love it. Okay, we're going to step away from hockey for just a second. Get to know you a bit. I did a little Instagram stalking before this interview, and I have to say, you have a very interesting account. You're way better on Instagram than I did. I am, excuse me. But one thing I did learn, and you mentioned it, you touched on it a bit earlier in a couple answers ago. You're an avid mountain biker. What got you into that?
Yeah, just growing up in Germany, like I rode my bike ever since I pretty much could walk more or less. And my parents, my dad is 80 by now, and he still rides his bike every day. And my mom also, just growing up in the environment just got me into it. And yeah, did it more and more. And like now every summer, pretty much, I go on a bike trip somewhere with a bunch of friends, and yeah, we've been all over the world by now.
Okay, a quick question. Best place to bike so far that you've been on a trip to?
Ooh, it's a tough one. Whistler in Canada is always great, and South America is pretty nice, and like Europe has a bunch of great spots too. So it's really tough to choose.
Very cool. Okay, now also what I saw on Instagram, you kind of just got a new puppy. So can you explain to me, you're sponsoring a future America's Vet Dog, Vaughn. Can you tell us about the program and why you're so passionate about it? What got you into it?
Yeah, it's a great program. Mostly my wife got me into it, but it's just a great program helping all the veterans with service dogs. They teach them. They're awesome puppies. Obviously, they're very well trained and just great friends to have around. And yeah, they're on Long Island, so they got to see the whole facility, got to meet all the people that work there, and they're doing an amazing job and helping out those people.
But you have a few dogs of your own, correct?
Yeah, we got 2 dogs, 1 lab and 1 Malamute, and yeah, very good puppies, and happy to have them.
And a beautiful daughter, of course. Can't help but mention her.
Yeah, she's 5 years old, healthy, and yeah, can't ask for any more.
I'm sure this bit of a break from hockey has not been fun for you as an athlete, but as a dad, I'm sure it's been awesome to spend that kind of time with your family.
Oh, for sure, like sometimes during the season, you don't get to spend very much time with them, so this little break has been nice, a longer break has been nice, just spending time with the family, see him, and especially the daughter at 5, she's still like running to daddy, so I'm sure it will change once she grows up, but it's a great time to have a little kid and be able to play with her.
Absolutely. What a fun age. Okay, one more post I want to ask you about is you posted a video on an exercise ball, going from sitting on it to standing on it. How the heck did you do that? And is that something you did over quarantine to get creative to keep your core strength and work on staying in shape when the gyms are closed?
I actually don't do that too much, it's a little more dangerous falling off the ball, but just a fun exercise. Do a lot of work with just one of those big balls, like a lot of core strength training, just in general. So through my whole career, yeah, it's just one of the fun things to play around once in a while.
Awesome, Thomas. Well, talent for sure. I can't do that. One last question. Looking forward to next season. What are you hoping to accomplish and bring to this Detroit Red Wings team?
Win as many games as we possibly can, be better than last year. And yeah, if everybody chips in and plays their best, I'm sure we will be.
Well, can't wait. Fingers crossed that the season starts with the new year. Until then, Thomas, I really appreciate you taking the time to chat with me, and it's nice to unofficially meet you.
Awesome. Great meeting you as well.
Thank you. Once again, thanks for joining me on Catching Up with Carley, presented by Meijer. Daniela, back to you.